Right now, there are over 400,000 American kids in foster care. But did you know there are exponentially more with parents who desperately love their kids, who are perilously close to being swept up into the system? And the reason is they're alone and facing crisis. Safe Families exists to provide struggling families with love, community, and support before it becomes necessary for the state to step in and remove their children. Put another way, Safe Families exists to keep families together.
Hey, St. Peter family. My name is Brian Booth. I'm here with Julie Bohm, and we're here to talk a little bit more about Safe Families. We're so glad that we're celebrating Safe Families as an organization church-wide this weekend, and we're excited for you just to learn more about it and some possible ways that God might be leading you to get involved. So Julie is one of the host families that we've had at St. Peter over the last year, and we wanted to just hear a little bit more from her what that experience was like. So Julie, tell us a little bit about when you hosted a child. What was the experience like? What did you learn?
Well, it was a wonderful experience. And to get started, I had a list of what I was looking for in the perfect child to host. It was going to be a girl over 8 years old, preferably over 13 years old, and we would keep her for a weekend to see how it goes. Well, a couple weeks into being certified as a safe family, I started getting a lot of text messages. And one day I received a text message, and my daughter saw the text message come in, and she said, well, who is it? Who do we have an opportunity to host? And I said, well, he doesn't quite fit our criteria. He's a 7-year-old boy, and he needs hosting for a month. My daughter, big-hearted girl that she is, pushed me a little bit beyond my limits and said, can we please host? I thought for about a minute, and I quickly dialed Natalie, our contact at Safe Families, and I said, can we please try this? Can we jump in it and try it? I'm really nervous. She said, well, yeah, you can try it. If it really doesn't work out, we have other solutions. Somebody else will help you. And I was confident. God led us here, and so he'll lead us out. And we jumped in, and we took this little boy in. We went to Walmart, got his sizes, and picked out everything we would need to make sure that he was well supplied and cared for. That was really fun. The next day, we drove to the city and met our new temporary member of our family. And he was afraid. And at that point, all we wanted to do was help him to feel safe again. So we drove him back out to the suburbs, and our 1-month journey began. It was bumpy, but what God brings us to, he also brings us through. And we had such joy hosting our little boy. And we knew that we were supported. We were always supported through Safe Families and through other members of St. Peter who, during any tough times, offered to help. And we had a lot of really good times.
Wow, that is great. I love just the adventure of it and that you were willing to step into it, even though it was a little out of your comfort zone. I can relate. My wife and I hosted several years ago when we were first married, and I was terrified. We didn't have kids yet. I didn't know what I was doing, and my wife really pushed me and said, hey, I think God is leading us to do this. And we look back on it now as kind of one of the most important things we did in our life that just shaped us as parents, shaped our marriage, and just our faith in God. So, and I love Safe Families as an organization because you're able to help these families that just need this support, someone to step in and help during a crisis. So our hope this weekend in sharing about Safe Families is that even if there's one of you out there who's feeling like, man, maybe this is something God is leading me to do. If you're feeling that stirring in you, we would love to talk to you more and help get you set up and supported to host. We know that's not for everyone though. And so there's different ways that you can get involved. So Julie, you want to share maybe some of the ways that either you've seen or that would be helpful to a host family that others can get involved?
Sure, there's a lot of ways you can help. And I would encourage everyone to find a way to help. It's really easy to get certified. But there are a lot of ways to help, from hosting, which is more the extreme commitment. And you can host from several months all the way down to an overnight or even a daytime. You can provide respite. For someone who's doing a long-term hosting, you can provide a respite for a few hours or a day. That's easy. It's like babysitting. You can help by picking up a child in the city or in a neighborhood, in the suburb, from a parent. You can help by dropping a child off. You can help by providing things that a family who's hosting may not have. There's a lot of babies and a lot of young kids, so there's a need for car seats, there's a need for cribs, there's a need for clothes, and whatever a child needs. When you get a child, or when you pick up a child and you're hosting a child, they typically come with the clothes on their back. So there's always a need for that.
And then, of course, we would love for people just to pray for our host families, for Safe Families as a whole organization. So thanks, Julie, for spending a little bit of your time and just sharing more about your story. We pray that God will just continue to grow Safe Families ministry as a whole, and also with St. Peter's involvement. All right, see you, St. Peter family.